Last night I had sex with a black stripper. It was my first time. I couldn't tell you her name if you asked. I guess I didn't really care about her as a person. Until I came and the blood rushed back into my head, she wasn't a person. And she wasn't a person when she gave me a dance either. After, I asked how she got into this whole thing. She asked me what I meant by that, and I asked where she got the red Nazi boots. She laughed, saying they got them in an order for the club. Cost $150. That was exactly how much my tattoo cost. If you lived by yourself, you could probably make it off on $300 for a week and a half if you wanted to. But instead, we each decided the look was more important. Though hers was more justified, I guess. You have to spend money to make money. I was the one who wasted his money. Tattoo, stripper, sex. I won't bore you with details, but it was a wild first time. Want to know what was so wrong about it? I have a girlfriend. Want to know what's not so wrong about it? We've been together for 3 years and I haven't gotten head. I'm not a sex maniac, but I think I should have addressed the issue a year ago. But where does anyone draw the line? Some guys do after 6 months. Others wait until they're too unhappy to do anything about it. That's when you meet a guy like me. I love my girlfriend, but my only chance was with that stripper. Yesterday, my girlfriend came over to sort out a fight we'd been having through text messaging. I was done, fed up. After all this time, she hasn't changed a bit. Not for me. I've changed for her, changed everything for her. Changed for my friends, where I went to school. But that's not enough for her. It is for me, though. I've had enough. But if I'm done with her, why don't I tell her to get out? More so, why can't I? She isn't doing anything for me, but I still buy her things and tell her I love her. I even pleasure the fuck out of her. Does that mean I love her? Does that mean I should marry her because I'll put up with her shit no matter what? I think we should marry someone whose shit we won't put up with. They must be more interesting than the alternative. I tried to break up with her. She cried again. I told her to give me time, and she left. My friend John called me up to smoke a blunt with my other friend John and his 8 friends from his hometown. It was chill, but the Johns weren't getting along too well. My John agreed. Hometown John wasn't treating us like guests after a certain point. Before that point, we got some burgers, and I remembered my dad. I forget how much time goes by when I don't think about him. I remember right before he left, he said something. That I don't remember. But the burger reminded me once when he brought me to somebody's apartment, somewhere. It was a family. They were nice and welcoming. I had to be under 6. I was finishing my burger, and I turned to see him heading for the door. I caught up with him and asked where he was going. I don't remember what he said then either, but he nudged me toward the family so he could get out. If he wanted to get rid of me, he should have gotten me 2 burgers. My John drove me home, and he asked if I wanted to go to a strip club. It didn't take much convincing beyond him offering to pay. I guess I'm cheap too, huh? We went in my house to get a map, and my family was angry. They didn't know what we were doing, nor did they care, but they each had their own reason to be angry. It's hard to live with angry people. It's probably hard to live with happy people, but who would know that? It was a 30-minute drive and the place would close in an hour, but we made the trip anyway. The club was in a town called Billerica. My John told me this was the best town in the U.S. because you could find anything there. I believed him. But we couldn't find the town itself because we made a wrong turn on the highway. We stopped at the gas station. I asked the clerk how to get back onto 128, and this middle-aged woman asked where I was going. She drove ahead of us and even stopped to get out of the car to let us know where we'd be heading next. She let us know that she wasn't headed that way, but didn't say anything about why she wanted to help. With 20 minutes left, we didn't complain. We got to the street and thanked her. We got inside, had our fun, saw a deer as we got home, and I had to ask myself, did God want me to commit a sin so I could be happy the next morning?